go. That works, right? Yeah, we've got audio. We got me working. Welcome, everybody, to inFamous on a PlayStation 3. Now, before we start, some quick housekeeping thingies. This just took me forever to get working because PS3s have copy protection on them by default because they were like the first easy-to-come-by Blu-ray players, I guess. And they have copy protection on them so that you can't quickly and easily copy, I guess, Blu-rays and things like that. But it causes such a hassle for streaming and recording. Let me full screen. There we go. So yeah, it just causes this huge hassle. And it's fine now, I think. It's working, look. It's good. This is in 720p upscale to 1080. And if I press this button, there'll be a little glitch right now. Wait for it. Right about. There it is. Okay, it kind of happened. There's some in this part is glitchy in itself because it's how the game is, but there's also like a weird crackly effect that happens with the splitter I've used to basically be able to capture this. But it's working. We're gonna play inFamous. I love this game. I have not played in a little while, so please do bear with me. It's gonna take me a little while to get back to being used to it. But this is streamed directly from a PS3. It's not available anywhere else. It'd be cool if it was available in like a HD remaster, but it's not. And the stream is working. I can put the stream chat up there, and I'm going to press the start button. Hold on to your undies. Pretty sure the first time through, I said, now that's a way to start a video game.
Activation plus 6 minutes. Pulse is 45. Respiration 10. Looking good, Cole.
What the hell happened? Oh, God.
So it's fixed. Welcome to inFamous, my Evil Karma playthrough properly.
There's someone alive down there. Hey, wave up if you can hear me.
So, if you're a YouTube archive viewer, you wouldn't have just seen that I had no character audio really. It was just really quiet, but it is now fixed.
Get out of there. Head for the bridge.
And I'm just going to quickly check the stream is all good.
Hey, you! In the garage!
Yep, that seems to be good. I still can't quite tell if the game needs to be louder for the stream. Like, it's a minus 17 right now. Maybe I should put it at, like, minus 10. And then move the camera over here.
Get the hell out of there! Whole thing is coming down!
Come on, Cole. Move. Move.
I think that's too loud. Okay, I think that should be a good volume right there. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll check in post if it's any good, and then I'll fix it before tomorrow's stream of the game. Chat only. There we go. Now we are properly playing. That has only taken me 19 minutes of my usual playthrough time, but we are here. And we are playing inFamous, created by Sucker Punch, who were previously known for the Sly Cooper series, and I believe this was made in 2009? So, it's nearly its 10-year birthday.
Come on, man, pick up!
Zeke. What the hell's going on? I think there was an explosion.
No shit, there was an explosion. TV says terrorists are blowing stuff up all over the city. Meet me at the Fremont Bridge. We'll get Trish and find some...
It's nice to actually hear the dialogue this time through. I made it to about here.
Should be dead.
Before, yeah, I made it to about here before I realized that the audio was super broken. Oh man. But hey, if you're a Twitch viewer or you watch the archives on Twitch, you just got to see a bunch of me messing around with the game. But I suppose this is what happens when you have a new system to set up and things aren't working like 2 minutes before the stream and you still choose to stream. What a great, seriously, what a great way to start a game.
Move your ass, Cole! This whole bridge is coming down!
Just an absolutely fabulous way to start a game. I remember sitting with my PS3 on the launch day of this game and just being blown away by just everything to do with this game. Pull up some more info about it while we see this cutscene.
While sliding into unconsciousness, I could somehow, I don't know, hear the voices of the dying. Thousands crushed by falling buildings or burned alive in the fires. Trish lost her sister, almost lost me. Zeke was always there, somehow sure that I'd wake up, while outside the city fell apart. A plague struck, followed by rioting, theft, rapes, civilization committing suicide. In a bullshit attempt to contain the biological threat, the federal government locked down all access in and out of the city. Now we're stuck in this cage with the psychos. Cops are all but gone off the streets, either dead or too chicken shit to stand against the gangs that control things now. Outside, things were bad. But inside me, something was beginning. Scary as hell at first. Gotta understand, there was no one to talk to, no experts to consult. But with time, I'm learning to control it, master it. Just hope it's not too late.
And that is the intro to inFamous. And like I was saying, when I first got this game, I was blown away by it. It was released in May of 2009. So we're looking at, yeah, geez, 8 years ago. Over 8 years ago now. So I would have been...
I thought you were gonna watch TV.
I would have been... I'm just doing the math, I would have been way too young.
You mind putting on a freak show?
Sure. I'm glad it's good for something.
Probably need to charge them all.
I would have been like 17, I think, when it came out. I'm pretty sure I was in like my first year of sixth form college. And I just vividly remember spending way too much time playing it. I always like games about superheroes, and there's not that many that I think do it really well. A lot of people, I'll talk about this if I remember, about Prototype, because that came out around the same time. Actually,
up, dude. We're gonna miss all the good shows.
Before we actually dive into the game. So Prototype is another superhero. Actually, kind of more like a villain kind of type in that game. But it came out at the same time as this game. It came out in June 2009, so a month later. And this game, in my opinion, is much better. It's way more defined, has a way stronger story, and I love it. Prototype is good, but it's weird that they came out around the same time. They're both about superheroes with powers. Actually, after catastrophes kind of thing, that something bad happens, and they get their powers. But hey, let's press triangle here, and then you hold L1 to aim, R1 to blast it. Blast some more. And go over here and blast the last one.
Nice job! tubes are working.
Weird. It feels like I got more power.
We're just charging his
Yeah?
TV.
But try finding those dummies over there. With all the nutballs running around, it'd be nice to see how much juice you're packing. Yeah! Lay into it, man. Fry those suckers. Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo!
It's a really cool mechanic because it feels a lot like a shooter, but it's superhero powers. And I think the second game really takes this to another level because the game becomes much more about melee combat.
Whoa! You see that? Flying so low, thought it was gonna crash into us.
What are you watching? Oh,
Hey, it's the TV jacker. I love this guy.
Just got word that the feds dropped some relief packages into Archer Square. The liars running the corporate media tell us that we're gonna get our fair share, that more is coming. Yeah, that's easy for them to say. They're not the ones living in this hellhole. And the truth is that we've been abandoned, and no one's coming to save us. So head over to Archer Square and get that food before the Reapers show up. Voice of survival, out.
Archer Square.
Told you they drop food.
Man, you must be out of your mind. Think any of those pencil necks give
So
some
an interesting
crap about
thing,
us?
if I
This
can
is a PR stunt.
stand
That isn't gonna
right,
stop.
okay, it's really difficult to, there we go. So if you look on Cole's
Hell no,
bag,
it ain't.
there is an image of
See,
Sly
gotta
Cooper
eat.
right
You
just
take
below
the
where there looks like
stairs.
a 3.
I'm using the express elevator.
Oh, man.
Obviously,
Damn
Sly
all the
Cooper
fun.
was Sucker Punch's first trilogy of games they made. Did they make all 3? Because wasn't there a 4th that was made by a different company recently? Anyway,
What are you waiting for? Do it.
which way are we going? Jump off the roof by pressing X. Okay. There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whew.
How did you get down here
Well,
so
that
fast?
was one hell of a jump, man. Wish I could do something like that. Running down all those stairs. That sucks donkey balls. Hey, Cole, before we head over to Archer, I need to go pick up a new
So
six-shooter.
we can start getting a little bit of evil here. So we are playing an Evil Karma playthrough. Oh, it doesn't look like we can gain it yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can yet. But pretty soon we're going to get our big first choice. So this game has a karma system similar to something like Mass Effect or Knights of the Old Republic. Lots of games have these karma systems where you can either be good or bad, and you get points towards either.
Told me he was gonna leave the gun in the parking lot a few blocks from here. Hey, Cole, you know what I miss? Pizza.
I think this game's 2 tiers are, the highest tiers being Hero and Infamous. Infamous means you're fully evil, and Hero means you're fully good. I think if I press this button, you'll see the map. So, we're zooming out, I don't seem to be able to do, but you can see all the different districts. It's a pretty big game. In some respects, it reminds me of GTA 4 because it's in a city based on New York. Why did that word just come out of my head?
Yeah, I'd settle for some hot water.
Hey, remember that time we were coming home from Duffy's and I had to take a leak? And that bike cop was yelling at me to put up my hands?
You pissed all over him.
He told me to put up my hands. While he's fumbling around, I jump back in and we take off. Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Until we run into a wall of cops.
Like I said, awesome. Bummer we won't be able to do anything like that again.
Yeah, not unless some genius invents a car that doesn't explode when I sit in it.
It's weird hearing the original voice actor for Cole because they changed his voice actor in Infamous 2.
Ah, come on. He told me he was gonna leave it under a car. I figured there'd be only one. I'll never find it.
Stand back. I got an idea.
It's under this car here.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Hellacious! Hell, I didn't know you could do something like that.
So that's the shockwave ability.
Me neither. there was this surge.
Hey, man, you don't look so hot.
Trained all of a sudden. Hang on a sec.
So we can just press L3 and it shows us that this is a source of electricity. And then if we hold down L2, we drain it. We take it ourselves. Kind of like life.
Man, you're a walking battery. You must have to recharge whenever you fire off a bunch of juice.
I can feel the electricity surging through me. Almost like I'm being healed by it.
Oh, this rocks so hard. Come on, let's haul tail over to Archer Square before someone takes all the brewskis.
Cole, you there?
Trish?
Hey, babe.
You hear they dropped some food?
Yeah, Zeke and me are heading over there.
How are you feeling?
All right, I guess. Powers are all over the place. Used to be I could barely power a light bulb. Now I'm jumping off of buildings, frying the junk on Zeke's roof.
You jumped off a building. What were you thinking?
Relax. I'm fine.
Just take it easy. After what happened to Amy, I couldn't...
Yeah,
See you guys at Archer Square. I love you.
you too.
So obviously this is a game with a lot more dialogue than some of the games I've played before. And I really, really love the story of the Infamous games. Probably because I'm a huge comic book nerd. And there's even cutscenes in this game that are presented in a super comic book way. So I won't talk over the dialogue unless I'm already starting something. So, like if I'm already in the middle of a sentence and dialogue starts, I'll try to just wrap it up.
Boy, it's stuck up there. I hate to say it, pal, but hey, you're the only guy here who'd live from a fall like that. You gotta climb up there and knock that stuff free.
Okay. So another thing about this game is it has a parkour system somewhat similar to Assassin's Creed or Uncharted. And I suppose I should talk about the history of where the Infamous series went, I guess. And what Sucker Punch are doing now. So we got Infamous 1 and 2, which are Cole's story. And then after that, we got Infamous Second Son, which is about Delsin, who is like this graffiti artist in Seattle, I think it is. And yeah, he's the, and that was on PS4, and that game looks amazing, but I didn't feel like it had as much charm as Infamous 1 or 2. Anyway, Sucker Punch are now making a game called Ghost. I'm not going to try pronouncing the latter half of that name because it's a Japanese thing, and I'm going to butcher it. But it's a feudal Japanese game where you're one of the last of the samurai, and it looks incredible. And I love that this team is moving on to something else and doing something really mature, because I know they can do it. And Nate Fox is a great game director, so I'm really excited to see more of Ghost. I think it's Ghosts of Tsushima, something like that. I might have said that terribly wrong, but Ghost of Tushida or Ghost of Tushida. Anyway, there are all the people.
Damn, too late.
And now we get a little bit of a comic cutscene.
That's where I caught my first sight. The Reapers. Before the blast, they were just a bunch of junkies dealing drugs. Now, they own the Neon District. Taking whatever they want. That changes today.
So somewhat similar to, say, Crackdown, where you have these different gangs. You have similar things with Empire City, where you have different gangs and in different districts. So that is the drop fall, shock fall, something ability, which is really cool. Probably one of my favorites in the game. That other Reaper guy. And I like how they introduce you to just enemies that use guns to start with.
Those freaks are brutal.
And here is all the stuff we dropped. Coming from over here.
Well, there's more on the way.
And they're coming from this way now.
Well, that's the last of them.
I like how headshots are called headshots. So yeah, Cole's main power is electricity, obviously.
Enough to feed the three of us for weeks, maybe longer. Bet if I fry a couple people in the crowd, the rest will run away. The food will be all ours. But some of these guys might starve.
So, we can make our first karma choice here, which is if we shoot people, we get evil. If we let people just take everything, then they'll go. But obviously, doing evil, they may become starve and things like that. But we made the evil choice because this is an evil playthrough, and this is talking about our karma states. You know, evil actions such as hunting pedestrians give you evil karma, so it's pretty easy to get evil karma. Reacts to you, your available power upgrades, and your appearance. So yeah, that's one big thing they even stepped up further in inFamous 2 is how Cole looks depending on which karma path he takes.
Man, that was harsh. Still, it'll keep us in vittles for a long time. I'll get this hauled out of here pronto.
Hey, Trish.
What's wrong with you? People are starving, and you're stealing the only food they've seen in days?
I did it for us. To make sure we're taken care of.
I don't get you sometimes.
That's the start of the story again.
Hey, Cole! You're up on the big screen!
Someone from your family died? Well, now you know who to blame. If you know anything about this guy, let me know. Because we gotta get the word out on this terrorist. Whoever he is, we're gonna make him pay.
So now they're calling us the terrorist.
Ever been called a terrorist? All I remember from that day is going to work and then running for my life. That video, though. How'd I get that package? Why would I deliver a bomb? For who? Regardless, the consequences are everywhere. Whatever there'd been between Trish and me was gone. She didn't say a word, no emotion, nothing, just walked away. By then, people nearby were starting to recognize me. It was gonna get ugly. Even Zeke was giving me weird looks. He and I made quick plans to meet up at Stampton Bridge. Try to get out of town. Just hope he shows. Because right now, I'm a little short on friends.
So this is my fourth playthrough of the game as well. So I've done 2 good playthroughs before and only 1 evil playthrough. That's why I chose to do an evil playthrough this time. And I can't remember how we access our powers menu. I guess we don't have it yet. Oh no, it's here. Here we go. So I wanted to talk about these as well. So we currently have 500 XP, so we can start gaining different things. So you can see we've got, on the good side, if you go, you know, do the good karma, you get Guardian, Champion, and Hero, and then Evil, you get Thug, Outlaw, and inFamous. Now, Lightning Bolt is the thing we fire normally. If we go in here and have a look, we can see that this one has a sadistic blow. Defeated enemies have a chance of triggering an electric explosion. And then we've got Shockwave, which is, of course, our Shockwave ability. And the upgrade for Evil is people and objects caught in the core of the blast get electrified. Some other powers we haven't discovered yet. The Thunder Drop, that's the name of it. I thought it was called Shock Drop or Shockfall. It's Thunder Drop. Unleash a Thunder Drop off a high ledge with Square, which, if we upgrade, doesn't have any karmic differences, just that we get an increased blast range. Same with Reduced Damage, we just reduce the damage we receive. Melee increases melee damage, which I don't use a huge amount, but we may need to. And Gigawatt Blades. These are like, again, melee items that are really strong, but again, I didn't really ever use too much. They're just a way to kind of increase melee damage. A lot more abilities get opened later, and nothing else for me to do there. Okay. And if we really want as well, we can go to the heads-up display here and make it translucent or faint. So faint makes it look more like this.
Oh, hell. Never.
So we can start, you know, killing some people, shocking some people.
Listen, man. I'm almost to the bridge. Since everyone here hates your guts, we gotta get out of town. Pronto-like.
I'll meet you there.
And I like that this game has the option to make things faint or translucent. I will just make it opaque, and that's how we'll play through the game.
Zeke, thanks for watching my back.
Sure, man. I ain't about to do anything that might piss you off. See ya.
So it seems like we're not really... Zeke isn't really a friend anymore. He's just under our thumb. He's scared of us. So melee is just a load of squares, basically. See how hard it is to get even close to these guys? To even do melee? See, that's why I don't often do the whole melee thing. We've got something here we can recharge from. Okay, cool. One of the best abilities is the hover. So when you jump, you can hover, but we don't have that yet. If I remember correctly, it's one of the early powers you get there. So which bridge are we going to? The one over here. Okay. But I do like the climbing in this game. It's really simple. Like, it's not as complex as, say, an Assassin's Creed game with lots of nuanced parkour or anything. But I just enjoy it. It's just nice. We should also get the drain abilities pretty soon. But weirdly, even like if I go up to this person here, this civilian, I thought I would get negative karma for just doing this. But maybe I need another power, because that did nothing. So, anyway, we'll head this way. You'll also notice that Cole's already starting to look a little bit darker. He's got like veins growing on his face. And his outfit becomes a little bit duller. It's weird that his outfit isn't as yellow as I remember it. It's very white. Maybe that's a thing if we look at the powers for... So you can see all the way to Hero here, which lets you kind of snipe, which is Righteous Strike. Champion. No, I guess the outfit looks the same. I just remember it being a brighter yellow. But this is in the time as well. 2009 is directly in the middle of that time when a lot of games looked very brown and very desaturated. And I do have to say this game kind of falls directly into that category. It's not the most vibrant game. But at least the powers, like the blues and the reds of the powers, are really vibrant and really colourful. It's just unfortunate that that isn't the case for the world that we inhabit or the characters we are. They improve it in inFamous 2, but it's not nearly as good in inFamous 1 here. But this game is fantastic anyway.
Stampton Bridge. The fastest way out of town. That is, if you can get us past those baton-wielding goons.
We're getting out of here, one way or another. Follow my lead.
Okay. So there's a big crowd, loads of people. Looks like we'll have another karma choice coming up.
You have entered a restricted area. Lethal force may be used at any time. Please...
Gonna have to get past those riot cops if we want out of here. If I fry a couple of the guards from inside the crowd, but I can trigger a riot. Help keep the heat off Zeke and me. Of course, that means a lot of innocent people will get the hell kicked out of them.
Attack the police on your own or fire from within the crowd. Get an evil action. Cool. So anything with a red LED on it, we can charge like that. And this is the first time we start seeing the military guys who are pretty good at aiming. And we can also come up to these and give these a charge. We can take cover like this because there's a turret right there. So maybe we don't want to go that way. The turrets are pretty brutal. What we can do, sneak around the side.
Barricades make good cover.
And we can use this and like cover. Oh wow, I'm taking... Wow, where was it? Oh my god, he was next to me! First death. We see how like nice the checkpoint system is. It just kind of lets you off. I've only played this game on hard once, and it was my second good playthrough I played on hard. I think medium is a really nice difficulty to play this game on, because it gives you enough of a challenge that it's still fun and it doesn't become a chore. So yeah, this is interesting as well. You can switch vertical aiming sides, choose which hand we fire our electricity out of. I have to get used to the slight delay. Very, very slight. But yeah, for a game that's, you know, 8 years old and only renders in 720p, as do many PS3 games, it's not late until later in PS3's lifecycle that things start rendering in 1080. I think the first PS3 game I stream in my schedule right now that will be 1080, I think, is going to be Cracking Time, but I think that's 720 1080 scaled. But I think it outputs at 1080 anyway. So another really interesting thing about this game is they do something really cool with your dark powers. If you're an evil red power user in this game, later on in the game, you see how my electric is kind of red, and then when I shoot it, it's kind of got like a white core to it. See that right there? It's got the white core. I'm pretty sure it's this game anyway, where you can get an upgrade where instead of it being a white core when you shoot and around your arm it being red, it actually turns black with red outlines, which is a really, really cool addition.
Hey man, hang from the top of that container. It'll make you a harder target.
So this is a bit of the cover aiming you can do, which I quite like.
This area is under strict
I'm not sure anyone would ever use their leg like that. Like, look at the way it pulls leg. It's kind of like he's like doing a yoga pose or something. Go back down, go back down. Okay. And I'm going for it. There we go. It's really cool combining all of the powers together. This Cole is just a badass, and he has so many powers, and he gets even more as well. These guys are all just gonna get cut up. Also, there's something about bridge levels that just reminds me of Half-Life, because of there's literally one section where you're underneath a bridge in Half-Life, or near a train track, Half-Life 2. And for some reason, this part always reminds me of that. Maybe I wish I could through.
Hey man, head for the quarantine station. It's our ticket out of here.
Oh, things are gonna get bleak.
The gate opened to a wall of razor wire machine guns. Zeke made a break for it, smashed in the gate to the decontamination unit, and fell headlong into the harbor. And I moved, faster than I knew I could. I was greeted by name. This FBI agent, Moya, had seen the footage of me at Ground Zero and came here to wait, figuring I'd try to escape, knowing I'd have powers. She explained that before the blast, her husband John had been assigned to infiltrate the First Sons, a shadowy group working on a project they called the Ray Sphere, a device designed to drain the neuroelectric energy from a group of people and concentrate it into an individual. She'd lost contact with John the night of the blast. Despite all her connections, Moya was losing hope. Yet she'd found me, somehow believing I could be trusted, ready to make me an offer. I go back to the city, find John in the Ray Sphere, and she'll get me out of the quarantine and clear my name. This whole Ray Sphere thing sounds crazy to me. Suddenly I'm a human light socket, so maybe I should cut her some slack.
And there we go.
topside, this is the only way back into the city.
And that's Moya talking.
Given the state of our new partnership, I've taken the liberty of cloning your phone's frequency. I've got a lock on your GPS locator, and I can hear every word you say.
So,
That's super.
this is the part that reminds me of Half-Life 2. So there's this section where you have to go under a bridge to do something and then head all the way back again, and you're fighting like Combine along the way. And for some reason, whenever I'm under a bridge like this, it just reminds me of that. I keep getting these pop-up things on my screen. I think I've got malware on my streaming PC. But I will... If I remember, I was going to fix it last night, because it happens every time I stream KOTOR 2. Not KOTOR number 2. Just KOTOR T-O-O. So I think I'm going to use the comic cutscenes as my thumbnails for this series, because I love the comic cutscenes. It's a shame they dialed them back so much in Infamous 2. You get some Reapers spawning over there. Oh, they've already spawned. See, they're the ones banging, look. I was trying to headshot him. Okay, I'm gonna move. There we go. That's what I was looking to do. And I didn't technically have to buy this game today when my PS3 arrived either. I already had it on PSN from when I previously had a PS3. I went onto my downloads, so I went on the PS Store, logged in, went onto my purchases and like downloads. I have 375 things I can download on my PS3. These are blast shards. They increase our overall like electricity store. You see the red kind of jaggedy line in the top left. That's kind of our health meter, but it also is how much electricity we currently have on ourselves, like charged up. And blast shards help increase that. Collect 4 more for a new battery core. And I forgot about the gas. Oh, it's just prompted me back here, so that's fine. So yeah, there's this Steam gas stuff that's coming out here. And I think every single time I play this game, I forget that it's here. Don't know why. I should always forget it's there.
Cole, the water pressure has dropped in the main running under the bridge. What's going on down there?
Reapers were busting up some pipes.
Interesting. I'll see what I can find out.
Oh.
You worry about getting back to the city.
Okay. The deaths are real, but again, it's such a quick reset that it doesn't matter. Like, consequence. The death isn't a consequence here. It's very similar to Uncharted, where you just get reset to a very, very close by checkpoint. Because it's trying to tell a story more than anything. And I think that's why I like these games so much, because of how strong the storytelling is. I mean, some people don't appreciate that. They want, like, really good, tight gameplay. What?
You find John and the ray sphere,
Oh.
and I get you out of there. No questions asked.
Oh my god.
If you double-cross me or do something stupid, then I will throw you into a hole so deep that you won't even know which
Hey
way
Moya,
is up.
I'm playing Evil.
Got it?
Did you forget?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so dead.
I got it.
I made that jump without shooting first. See if I can hit those all the way over there. See if I can shoot the Reapers. We don't fear the Reapers. I definitely, if anyone actually ends up liking this game, I would definitely recommend checking out a good playthrough as well. That's how I played the game the first time, and the story is really, really fulfilling that way. I don't know, I would say it's probably more fulfilling than the Evil Karma playthrough, but in Infamous 2, I actually preferred the Evil Karma ending way more than the light ending.
No questions asked.
I think I did a
maybe it's the other way. I can't remember. But there's a huge thing that happens in Infamous 2, and when we get there, it's going to be fun. This game, by the way, is about, I would say, between 7 and 10 hours, depending on how much collecting you do. So it won't be too many streams. And back on solid ground. And that means it'll only be probably streaming for a few weeks.
It's good to see you.
Evil actions have made your actions have made you more evil.
Yeah, nice work on that gate, Wrecking Ball.
Hell, live through the fall, no problem. But getting back to shore, well, let's just say I'm no Michael Phelps.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Hey, take it easy, Lightning Rod. So, how the hell'd you live through that, man? Bullets flying everywhere, all over the place? Figured you were a goner.
Let's head home. I'll fill you in on the way.
Any man can handle adversity. If you truly want to test a man's character, give him power.
And it drains neuroelectric energy.
Oh, I knew it! All the stuff I've been saying, every word is true. Government's in cahoots with a secret organization, the Ray Sphere. Damn, it all makes sense now.
Calm down, you're gonna hurt yourself.
That Ray Sphere must dish out powers to anyone controlling it. You gotta bring it back here.
Sure, I could use a sidekick.
Ah, hell with that. Zeke Jedediah Dunbar is his own man.
Your
Jedediah.
middle name is Jedediah?
Yes, it is. After my grandfather. Strong man for a man his size. I don't know where Zeke comes from, but I'm certain...
You need to take a nap and a bath. I got things to do.
Okay.
I've already got a couple of leads for you. The coordinates have been uploaded into your phone. Give me a call when you're in position.
You can receive experience points by completing missions, performing stunts, and engaging in combat. So we have now available XP of 1,218. So it means we can upgrade both of our main abilities here, including the lightning bolt and the shockwave. So now if we walk over to some helpless humans, see they get stuck in the blast in the middle. I don't know what the other ability we got was. I'll have to check that in a second. Got the Reaper shooting at us again. One thing this game doesn't have a lot of is auto-aim, which is rare for console shooters. It has a little, but not a lot. Defeating enemies, chance to trigger an electric explosion. That's what we got. Cool. So there are 3 things on our map. We can go to the map on here, so we can see that these are story missions. And we can pretty much hit up the mysterious signal one right here first. I feel like every time I play this game, you realize how simple and rudimentary a lot of the systems are. And it's crazy how far Sucker Punch come from this game. And how much... because they've only done this... And then Infamous 2, then Second Son, and now they're doing a brand new series, and it looks incredible. The detail that's in Ghost is just going to be mind-blowing, I think. Also, has it been said that this town city we're playing in is Empire City yet? Because it's a pretty cool name. It's a fairly, generic sounding name, but I like it. Empire City. There's a blast shard right there. So these are scattered all over the city. They are kind of like random collectibles, and you'll just see them in loads of random places, especially when you get a vantage point, because look, there's one right there. There's one right there. There's probably one over there somewhere. So if we wanted to, we could probably collect 3 right now before we do this first mission. Because the parkour is just so fun. And it was around here somewhere. It's a bit higher up. Be shot at by Reapers. another... Is that another blast? I can't tell. Can't get a good shot on him. Maybe this guy? Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, this does something. I was like, what does this do again? So this leads us back to Zeke's rooftop. But if we go this way and climb up here, get back to the rooftop where our mission was, and there was another blast core just over here. It's crazy how much detail there is in this game. It's such a lush, well, I say lush, not in terms of like greenery, but lush in terms of detail and everything just being everywhere. It's really well done. There's so much going on in this game. And there is another power core. Right here. We'll probably find another one on the way to the next mission. So. And I felt like playing inFamous on stream purely because I feel like it's a little bit of an underlooked game or underappreciated game.
All right, now what?
But we'll talk about that some more in a second.
Some weird interference from a rooftop not far from you. Need to find out its origin and purpose.
So what am I looking for?
Not really sure. Probably a transmitter of some type. Call me when you get over there.
This is another blast core right here. And there we go. So if you look in the top left, we've got another battery core. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, can I not climb this at all? There we go. That's better. Another blast core here. I think we need to do 6 next. That's cool. Oh wow, we have to get 14. So it's 4 and then 15 you need. It's crazy. There's the transmitter.
Looks like a portable audio drive is attached to this satellite dish.
See if you can listen to it with your phone.
So these are kind of like audio logs.
Sounds like a bunch of garbage.
It's an encrypted message, but I can't break it. Look around and see if you can find another one.
So it's telling me it's this way somewhere. Is there any easy way over there? This roof over here, it would seem. Oh man, that was close. I don't know if you get wire riding in this game. I kind of hope we do. I know it's definitely in inFamous 2, but I forget if it's in inFamous 1 or not. We probably do. It's such like an iconic thing, along with hovering. Again, L3. See, that's this way on the map. So if you watch the minimap as I press that, you'll see like little grey kind of markers on the map pointing me in this direction. Another power core right there. Oh, there's one right there as well. They're everywhere. There's so many of these things. I'm having a weird flashback to a character or side quest in inFamous Second Son, who I think she's a superhero who has the ability of origami or paper or something. But I can't really remember it. Because Delsin's ability is smoke, which is a really interesting one. The ability of smoke. And he's the main character of Second Son. I don't know if I'll ever stream Second Son. I've only ever played it once. Twice? Maybe I've played it twice. And it's a good game, like I said, but I did not enjoy it as much as Infamous 1 or 2. It seems to be up this building some more. Not reach that. There we go. Come on. Come on, Rich. There we go. Bye-bye. He didn't fall very far. Now he did. Bye-bye. I'm being shot from everywhere. Can't reach that one. Okay. Back up we go. And here is the dead drop.
You hear that? Same thing as before.
I'm running the signals through a decryption program on this end. I've almost cracked it, but I need another sample. Look around for more of those files.
Wow, that new ability that makes things blow up is crazy. Oh, we got shielded enemies and the bigger dudes now coming in play as well. Cool. I'm nearly dead. There we go. I'm still being shot from somewhere. Oh, up here. Oh, he's dead. See another power core right there. Right next to it.
That's the last one.
Give me a second. Alright, that should do it. I'm uploading a decrypting algorithm into your phone. It should let you listen to the messages.
I couldn't stop Kessler from detonating the ray sphere. Damn thing took out 5 or 6 square blocks, killed God knows how many. Found the ray sphere in the blast crater next to some kid. Don't know if he was dead or not, didn't have time to check. I'm gonna try and hole up somewhere. If anyone is even listening to these things, I need immediate extraction. Please, you've got to get me out of here before Kessler finds me.
You understand any of that?
I don't believe it. That's John. He must have used dead drops to communicate with his handlers.
English?
It means there are probably more of those scattered around the city. You should try and find as many as you can. They might tell us where he took the ray sphere.
Find John in the ray sphere, and I'm out, right?
I know the deal, Cole.
Just making sure.
Cool. Is there any other dead drops we missed? Okay, induction part 1. 10-day communication delay. So this is straight after the explosion when he got the ray sphere.
Day communication delay due to being incapacitated. Met Jane outside of an abandoned warehouse. She put a black bag over my head, then led me in. Counted 2,000 steps and 1 right-hand turn. She sat me in a chair, strapped down my arms and legs, and left me there.
Okay. And then initial meeting.
Contact established with the First Sons. Met a woman who called herself Jane, and she asked me a variety of questions, including whether or not I've ever exhibited extrasensory abilities. Told her I have dream-based ESP and involuntary telekinetic abilities. Jane seemed to mull this over for a while. Then she gave me an address. I was instructed to meet her there at midnight. No other details.
So there we go. That's what we know so far. Following John's story. How much XP we got? 700. We'll keep waiting for that. So let's head to one of the other spots. We'll head to... Well, there's medical emergency and there's blood trail. So let's do medical emergency first. which I think might be a Trish mission? Attrition. Yeah. A Trish mission. I knew there was going to be people shooting at me. I'm going back over there. Here. Just one more roof to get across, I think, and then we'll be at the mission. Like I said, this is probably going to be a quieter game for me in terms of talking. Just because I think it does all the talking it needs to itself. It's so good. But I will chime in when and how I want, and when I feel like it. So there's 2 power cores right here. So we won't go in this just yet. Let's drop down and grab this. And I think I saw one. Yeah. So you can imagine with how many I'm collecting, there's going to be a lot of battery cores along that top.
Cole, I just got a call from an EMT in your area. The Reapers have overrun his makeshift medical clinic, and he needs your help.
I can't solve all the world's problems, Moya.
Maybe not. But if you help him, he might return the favor.
I don't know if any of these missions are like specific karma for doing them. But I feel like everything should have 2 choices. Alright, here he is. So hopefully there's at least a good and a bad outcome to this.
The Reapers keep attacking the clinic I have down the street. Take care of them for me, would you?
Jesus. Shotgun to the chest. Oh man, I just took a shotgun to the chest too. I'm really dead. I can choose the car battery to get a little bit of charge. Are we right near another thing? It's a blue mission marker right here. Where's he go? There he is. Hey, you. Yeah, you did. Oh yeah, this is the ward stuff, so we start reclaiming the territory. I remember now. God, it has been a long time since I played this game. Medical clinic unlocked. If you are severely wounded in this area, you will recover at this clinic. So that's for the open world mission stuff. If we die, this is where we will respawn.
There are other people around there who need help too. Keep an eye out for them.
Wow, look at that pause screen. Just as I blast him. Cool. He went flying. So the next mission is... Okay, so there's Evil Karma Rampage. Ah, okay, so we're getting a lot of other stuff unlocked now. So I'll show you a Rampage mission. So these are quite fun. So you have good and evil karma quests within some of the different districts or different sectors of each of the, I guess, islands. And some of them, if they're evil, will be specifically to do with killing a bunch of people. Others will be to do with saving people, and some will just be a total different side quest that will have no karmic value.
The cops are pulling together a large force so they can take you down. I bet if you cause enough havoc, you can draw them out before they're ready.
Thanks, dude in a cool looking coat. So, draw a load of, cause a load of havoc, basically. Rampage level is high right now, but I did see a power thing over here. Where was it? It's so addicting to find them. Like, all I ever want to do is try to find more and more of the things. So yeah, we can just kill some more people and the cops will come out. Where's the, where was it? I swear I saw one like right on this building right here. Did I not? Oh, there's one right there. Maybe that's the one I saw. I definitely saw one. Let me grab this one and see. No, there's not one over there, is there? Weird. Alright, let's cause some more havoc. Rampage level is now crazy, supposedly. Now at max. Are they coming out? Oh, I think they are. There's a bunch of red squares on the map. Oh yeah, these have got to be the cops. This'll be fun. Oh, I'm dead. I wonder if I could do like a thunder drop on them. They're over this way now, which is a little bit easier for me. We can probably start sniping them off, including them within explosions. Trying to flank me. I saw you. Area cleared. And that means we get this area. You can see there was another option to do a good karma option. And we've been locked out of it because we did the evil option. Okay. Now we can, I guess we'll go do satellite uplinks over here. This is another side quest. I won't do too many of these tonight, but they are quite fun. Is.
I'm getting word that there are people out there who can offer some help, but I can't locate them. If you reactivate the satellite uplinks, I'll be able to track them down and mark their locations on your GPS.
I think this is a race. We gotta get somewhere really quick. I've got a dead drop here. See what John has to say.
Don't know how long I sat strapped to that chair. At least a couple of hours. Finally, the bag was removed, and this brute of a man stood in front of me. Had to be 7 feet tall and 400 pounds. He told me that he was going to beat me, and if I wanted him to stop, I'd have to do it mentally, with my mind. Then he punched me in the face.
Interesting.
Looks busted.
Drain that one of its electricity, which will reset it. Once that's done, you just need to run past the others, and you'll resynchronize them all.
Oh god, I've got 18 seconds left. I'm falling. This is bad. I'm never gonna make it up there in time. I've got 5 seconds to get there. 3, 2, 1. That was close. I knew it was going to be one of these race things. I knew it! So some of you might be wondering when we start getting new powers and different abilities, because there is so many to unlock, and I'll go do one of those pretty soon. You can start unlocking new abilities and such from a pretty early stage in the game, actually. Which is pretty much where we are. Oh no, I'm failing it. I'm failing it. Couldn't climb up. Wait, we did it! Oh my god, the game is being nice. That was far too lucky. No, 2, 1, we aren't making this. Yeah, this one we failed. But there's no way to be faster at the moment. How do we make it there quick? Okay. See, now I didn't mess up and fall to the ground. We've actually got a good time going on. But yeah, there's lots of abilities we can get. They're all unlocked via this underground system, where you go underground and get, like, power up different parts of the city. Which I feel like the whole powering up different parts of the city could have really led into somewhat of a saboteur style system, which is a game which starts in black and white, and then the more you do, the more colour you unlock in areas. And I feel like that totally could have worked in this game. There we go. And every time we clear an area, there are no enemies that spawn there anymore. So that's down here. That's the Neon District 10%. So we'll complete some more of these side quests another time. I think for now, we'll head on to the other main story. You can see all the side quests popping up on the map now. There is a lot. But we'll go do a main story mission. God, I'm getting like pelted with bullets. Okay, here we go. Blood trail.
Okay, Moya, what now?
One of my contacts, an electrician named Brandon Carey, didn't check in last night. He's pretty important, so you need to find him. He was last seen in the alley across the street from your location.
The alley? Okay. No.
Your boy isn't here, Moya. Just a dead woman.
A woman? Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Hang on a second.
Reapers! No! Leave my husband alone! Where are you taking him? Brandon!
Whoa.
What just happened?
I had a vision. The Reapers kidnapped Brandon. This is his wife, Lene. I can see the echo of someone running away.
Follow it. We need to find out what happened.
Okay, and now we have time tracking abilities. Okay.
Damn.
And now we have a Reaper with conduit abilities. And there's the Echo. So that's our first conduit we fought, and it kind of kicked its ass. They're not all that easy though.
Pick up your damn phone!
What's up?
The feds, man. That's what's up. Watching our every move. Even caught one scoping out the roof. Was leaning against the wall down there, eating a fresh apple. Now you tell me, where the hell did he get that?
I don't know, Zeke. But if we want to be out of here, this is the way it's gotta be.
Come on, man, don't be stupid. They'll ride you as long as they can. The second you're no longer useful, bam! You vanish.
I think all that conspiracy stuff has rotted your brain.
Hey, don't kill the messenger, brother. I'm just telling it like it is. You watch your back.
Where was that other one shooting from? Here. Whew. I need to heal. We're in a power station. Why is there no power? Right, there we go. Right, now where did this other guy go? The Echo. The Echo is this way. Oh, we've been shot. More Reapers. Keep going. Can I blow a fence down? Oh, I can just go behind it. Okay.
What the hell happened? The entire neon just went dark.
That's because one of those maniacs blew up a whole substation. Man, brain feels like it's in a vice.
Your body must be reacting to the absence of electricity. You're gonna have to man up and find Carrie. If we don't restore the power, the Reapers will be unstoppable.
There we go. Right. Keep following the Echo. We have no electrical powers now. But we can find our first way to the first substation. Right here.
Alright, I tracked the Echo to the sewers.
The Reapers must have needed Carrie's help in shutting down the underground linear transformer. Find the transformer and
I think that's the dude right there.
If they killed the circuit, you'll have to re-establish it.
I'm becoming the circuit. So they're the good abilities we just gained. We also gained life leech. Touch-related abilities unlocked. So if you look in here, we got... Oh, that's it. Oh, interesting. Arc lightning. Oh my god, we have to get arc lightning. I forgot arc lightning is a thing. So it's like a machine gun, basically, like rapid fire. Yeah, we have to get arc lightning. And then we also just got... Here we go. No, it's not on here. Okay.
Yeah.
Help!
So we have to heal this dude.
Thank you.
Gained us a little bit of positive karma.
Open the gate. This guy's okay. You've got to stop the Reapers. They're running around with some electrician, killing anyone they find out.
So now if we lock onto her, we can only heal her? Heal.
The transformer's back on. Now what?
Restart the distribution substation by charging up the voltage regulator mounted to its front. That should be enough to get the power back on.
These Reapers. If I have to heal this person as well, I'm not going to be happy about it. There we go. Bio-leech, art restraint. So bio-leech, we have to do this.
Thinks I killed your sister.
Man, that ain't your fault. The package was a bomb. Hell, you're lucky to be alive. She needs to see things for what they are.
Yeah, well, I'm not holding my breath. I'll catch you later.
Oh no, I'm gonna fall in the water. God damn it, he shot me mid-air. How am I still alive? I don't know. I'm very surprised that I'm alive right now. So yeah, you can arc restrain people to like restrain people to the floor, or you can arc leech or bio leech like that, which gives us a bunch of electricity back.
Nah, I got into urban exploration about 4 years ago. Crawled all over this city, so I know these sewers like the back of my hand.
Oh no, come on game, really? Really game? Oh no, oh man, that's really close to the water. Here. Where are we trying to get to? I'm gonna bio-leech everybody. 'Cause I'm evil! So I think we're trying to get there.
What are you doing here? Did they see you?
I need to turn on the substation.
Are you out of your damn mind? The Reapers will kill my wife. No one is getting in here.
Open the door.
Screw you! I've jammed this thing up tight. No one is getting in or out until she's safe.
Dude, she's already dead.
Poor guy. Still thinks he's protecting Lene. Doesn't change the fact that I need to get in there. I can either fry him and open the door that way, or tell him that his wife is dead. See if that gets him to back off.
No, I'm gonna fry the door. And we're at the substation. Recharge the substation. There we go. Power comes back on. Your actions have made you slightly more evil.
Nice work. Looks like power is fully restored to North Beach. There are 3 more substations that are still offline, though. I'll mark them on your GPS as I find them.
Surprised that doesn't get me evil karma. And yeah, we can have a look on here. So we can do 2 more side quests to get here. Or evil. Oh, we have to do evil side missions. We need to still do. We need to do 4. We probably won't get that then. Pulse heal, bio leech, arc restraint. Let's have a look. So there's another one there. I think that's the only other mark I have, unless any of these are substations. Doesn't look like it. Let's go here. And like I said, we'll continue doing side missions another day, probably. Let's make story progress for now. Maybe one more story mission and then we'll do side missions after that. They're shooting the shit out of me. Jesus. They just killed me as I started the mission.
There should be a cell tower fairly close to you. Find it and recharge it.
Afraid I'm gonna bail on you?
Without that tower, you'll fall off the grid. I can't allow that.
Oh, hell. Vision is blurring.
Good. Now you need to restore the electricity to this section of the neon. Your GPS will show you where to go, but be careful. There are a lot of Reapers operating in the area.
Those guys will slaughter me. I can barely see, and charging up that tower drained me dry.
Stick to the high ground and avoid them. If you have to fight, look around for emergency generators. There are probably some scattered across the rooftops.
You're gonna get me killed.
Call me when you're in the sewer.
Damn, juice is running low.
Right, 3 more.
Damn, juice is running low.
I'm not doing anything to him. Running in a straight line is always a good idea. Okay. Kinda safe right now. Where am I actually supposed to be going on this mission? All the way over there? Okay, I can do that. I was trying to follow the blue dot, but like, the blue dot took me a really weird way. This way. Oh, and I don't know if I've talked about it on stream yet, but I finished Assassin's Creed Origins the other day. It's a really, really good game. It's probably my second favorite Assassin's Creed game now. It's just so good. Like, I really enjoyed the story, really enjoyed the characters, really enjoyed the world, the combat, everything about it was really good. Right, there we go. We'll unlock some new powers, and then we'll do some couple of side missions, and that'll be the end of the stream.
Okay.
Still a little good chunk left.
Same drill as before. Re-establish the circuit on the underground transformer, and then look for the distribution substation.
was close. I jumped way too early. There we go. Oh, we get bombs. Nice. Shock grenade. Hold L1 and square. It's pretty cool. Uses a lot of electricity up. It's pretty cool. And then in powers, do we have that? Shock grenade, there we go. Cluster of 3 shock grenades that we can upgrade if we wanted to. Crazy. I'm waiting for the next level up on my karma cores. Karma gauge, whatever it's called. Before we spend any XP.
George, he's the one who called me. Said he's got a package burning up all over his desk and that I needed to beeline it. So I pick it up and take off.
Well, he claims that no one else can deliver it. That had to be him.
Terrible job in the first place. Hey, sucked. And when I get there, someone calls and tells me to open the package. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a crater.
Well, at least you got superpowers out of it. And don't worry about George and those other idiots. I'll cover for you, man. They're freaking gossip queens anyway.
Gossip queens indeed. So one of the reasons why the oh god, no, not the water. Why the grenade is so useful is if we come over here and do this and take out turrets. Just aim a little bit above them. Much further away than I thought it was. There we go. And there we go. You can kind of like just turtle up, hide in the oh god, hide in behind cover and then throw grenades at people. I love the lighting here. It's really cool. Oh, boomers. Kamikaze Reapers. Get our electricity back. There's any more boomers coming. And the electricity goes back on in this area as well.
Nice work, Cole.
Cool. Right, so if I... Oh, we can't see them on the map right now. Can we now? I'm gonna head this way. The way I'm going.
So, I figured out why the Reapers were destroying the water pipes under the bridge. By isolating the city's water system, they can pump their plague into every home in the city. Anyone drinking that sludge will get sick, or worse.
Great.
Yeah, and it gets better. I'm getting reports that Smith Fountain is already polluted, and there are a lot of casualties. Head over there and confirm my intel. Then we'll figure out what we're going to do.
Okay. I don't think we have to do that yet, do we?
Hey man, you ain't gonna believe this one. You know those areas of the city you've been clearing out? They're crime-free now. People are hanging up posters with your face on them.
Crack a few skulls and people get the message.
Ain't that the truth? By the way, I didn't want to say anything before, but, oh, you're starting to look different. Dark, twisted, that kind of thing.
It's not good for your complexion, brother.
You know what? I really don't care what people think of me. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, and let's go do one of these over here. Go as far away as possible from this area. The Reapers are just pot-shotting me.
Electricity was restored to large sections of Empire City today as the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers worked around the clock.
It was me, not a U.S. Army.
Substations. Thankful citizens took to the streets in celebration as life continues to return to normal. Officials estimate that power should be returned to the entire city within the next 3 to 4 days. US TV will keep you updated on their progress.
Another power core. And let's go do this evil mission.
My family died in the blast, all of them, because of you. I'm gonna see you pay for what you've done.
Okay. Look how many are coming around this corner. There you go. What are you doing? Falling over? It makes sense. Well, that was another evil side mission done. And I'm locked out of this good side mission. And now we'll move on to do this one called Dirty Job. And I think our karma is shifting closer and closer to the evil side now. Good, get the next level upgrade. Oh, he's down here. Okay.
I know you're not above getting your hands dirty. If you kill this guy, I'll make it worth your while.
Okay.
I'll make it worth your while. He's usually hanging around Archer Square, but try not to let the cops see you. They're already on to me.
Let's go. He had a yellow jacket on. And a black beanie. This looks like him. No, is this not him? That looks just like him. Yep, he's dead now. Go back and claim your reward. That was easy. Chewie, what have you been doing? What? He's just behind me. What are you doing? You watching inFamous? You weren't born when this game was made. I don't think you were born even when I last played it. No.
Nice. That bastard's finally dead. I'll get your reward. I stole these things from the cops. I know you have a thing
pile of power cores.
Oh no, it's the cops!
Oh no, it's the cops. Oh god, that dumpster went flying. Where did the other cop go? down here. There we go. Got a new power core, new battery. Another part of the city taken back. And another good side mission locked out. And there is the extra power core going in. Okay. See one more over here. Let's go then.
Large-scale relief efforts across Empire City continued as FEMA delivered several tons of food, medicine, and other essential supplies into Archer Square. Officials tell US TV that relief efforts will continue around the clock for the foreseeable future. Some observers are already comparing the scale of this operation to the Berlin airlift, which saved that city from communist aggression. Hope is on the way, Empire City.
It's crazy. It's just crazy how good this game is. I didn't forget, but it's been a while since I've played it. And it's games like this that I really want in the new generation, and I'm really hoping Insomniac's Spider-Man will scratch that itch. We are going to be playing one of Insomniac's, actually Insomniac's second PS3 game tomorrow, which is Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction, because their first game was Resistance Fall of Man.
There's a lynch mob forming,
for
and they want
PS3,
your
that
head
is.
on a platter. There are cops with them too.
Okay. There's a protest going on, I guess. Do you guys not like me or something? I got bombs, so... Oh, look at them. Oh, look at them. What just happened? What just happened? So these guys run over here. Oh no, they're just still protesting. Where are you going? Where are you going? There we go. And that, I think, is the final good / evil story missions that I haven't unlocked so far. I think the rest will be unlocked when we do some more of the underground
Don't know
stuff.
what you're doing out there, but people are starting to be afraid of you. Real afraid. Hell, maybe that's the only way to keep the streets safe. See ya.
Let's have a look at the map. Yeah. So we'll probably do some more of these side missions tomorrow, do some more of the main quest tomorrow. But I think for tonight, that's it. That was a good first stream of inFamous by Sucker Punch on the PS3. And we will be back... Oh my god, I'm seeing so many power cores right now. We'll be back on Saturday with more of inFamous. Tomorrow we're going to start Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction by Insomniac. And I'm just collecting this power core. There we go. Who's shooting me? Who's shooting me? And with that, thank you for watching.
Lend your talents here,
And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.